Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm really glad to have you here. So in today's video, we are going to talk about the wonderful properties as well as the healing benefits, the uses, the precautions, everything that's associated with St. John's wort, what you need to do, what it can help for, what are the major studies and major important information that you would like to know about this herb, all in a condensed one video. So let's give it a shot. First of all, I came across these wonderful St. John plant in the occasion walk to the forest nearby a couple of days ago, and it's absolutely beautiful. It was growing there in the wild, just right beside the dandelion, right beside the berry branches and the raspberries and the blackberries as well. So it was such a beautiful find. I've been actively looking for it since last year. Sorry, there's a strong storm nearby, so I hope you could hear me. So I've been actively looking for it last year, and to be honest, I came to the conclusion where it is pretty hard to find this herb here in Finland, especially locally. So I just let it go and started actively looking for mullein, for just the casual berry picking, and I just came across it. So it's wonderful, and I just got a bunch or a bouquet, as you can see here, of this lovely herb, which has so much medicinal uses. We're going to talk about them today. So first of all, the flowers are absolutely amazing when it comes to healing any sort of skin conditions. So eczema, also skin conditions such as dermatitis, also when it comes to renewing the cells and helping to be anti-aging, helping with healing the skin from wounds, and just helping to give that glow as well. So first of all, the best and easiest way to use this lovely herb right here is to make use of its lovely little yellow petals. As you can see, I'm trying to focus, so I hope it's quite clear for you. You can make oil from the flowers, which we're going to do it in today's video as well. So I will gather this herb, give it a wash, and then dry it in the sun or indoors wherever possible. Just a light drying process. So simply for 1 or 2 days, in order to wilt the flowers, because we don't want to use the flowers fresh. It will result in an oil that will not last as much because there will be liquid. So we want the flowers to be slightly wilted, so then they will release their benefits easily, and also the oil will last quite as long. So first of all, as I said, I'm going to remove the petals from each of the plants right here, and then I will put them in a sterilized jar, top them off with olive oil. You can use whatever oil you feel comfortable with. Olive oil is really stable and nice, and I like the healing benefits that it has for the skin as well. So it will be a double infusion right here. So I will use the flowers, put them in the sterilized jar, top them with olive oil, and then close the jar really tightly. Give it a shake once a day. Store it in a dark place, possibly in the cupboard, and then I will shake them once a day. After 4 to 6 weeks, I will strain them and then use them for muscle cramps, use them for joint pain, for arthritis pain. They can be used for so much different things. You can even take them internally in specific doses as well, but best to use externally the oil. Now you will notice that the oil will turn red in color after infusing the petals and the oil in the jar for about 5 to 10 minutes. It's totally normal. You don't need to throw it away because it's just the flowers or the florals releasing their properties and their benefits into the oil, thus changing the color. And the oil is also really important when it comes to wound healing as well, which I've mentioned before, as well as the leaves right here are really good for tea and tincture making. So usually they use alcohol in order to make a tincture out of St. John's wort, but because of of different reasons, I would like to make a tincture using glycerin. It will not be as potent, I heard, as a alcohol-based tincture, but I'm going to give it a try and do a glycerin-based tincture where I use 1 part distilled water and 2 or 3 parts food-grade glycerin, organic glycerin, and then infuse it for about 4 to 6 weeks, strain it off, and then put it in a dropper bottle, an amber dropper bottle, and then use it accordingly. Now, the tincture can be used for bedwetting in doses between 6 to 10 drops for children over 4 years old. Now, I will link a complete list of the studies relating to the dosages, relating to St. John's wort and its benefits in the description box below, so you guys might want to give that a go and see the specific research and what it has to say regarding this herb. It is quite a potent herb, so you need to be careful because there are some problems that it might cause, some side effects. For example, if you overuse the herb, or if you take too much of this herb, it can cause phytosensitivity, so you need to be careful in that, as in like sensitivity to sunlight, whether it's taken internally or externally. Also, if you take it internally in mega doses, it can cause dermatitis, so be aware of that. Also, before applying any oil or any herb to the skin externally, you need to do a patch test. It is advised for you to do a patch test where you just put the oil on a small area of your hand, for example, or you know, your finger or anywhere that's not the face or a sensitive area, and then just observe and see if you form any sensitivity. If there's any redness, if there's any itching or burning, then you know that you have a sensitivity, or you have some sort of reaction to this herb, and it's best advised to avoid it altogether. So it's said that the St. John's wort take its name from the king or the from the Knights of St. John of Jerusalem, who used to treat wounds on crusade battlefields, and is also believed to dispel evil spirits, which is why the insane were often compelled to drink its infusions. And it's a wonderful herb that has so much properties. It's astringent, it's anti-inflammatory, it's sedative, and also it's a lovely restorative tonic for the nervous system. Another way you can use the infused oil is you can use it on burns, you can use it on muscle and joint inflammation. Also, you can add a few drops of lavender oil to the infused oil, and this is lovely for burns. And also, you can also use yarrow oil for joint inflammation along with the St. John's wort oil, which we'll do. So we'll do a lovely blend hopefully in the next video where we use a couple of different herbs to make the oil, including yarrow, calendula, and the St. John's wort flower. And we'll also be using a pure St. John's wort oil where we just use the olive oil as well as the flowers. We have come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you're new to the channel, like, share and subscribe. We'd love to have you on board, and let me know what kind of videos you're interested in, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and have a great day. Bye bye. Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here. In today's video, I'm going to talk about St. John's wort oil and its uses and its many benefits. So this is a infused oil that I did a while ago using the St. John's wort flowers, as well as a couple of leaves, and also olive oil, cold pressed organic olive oil. And we're going to talk about how you can use St. John's wort oil, a couple of different benefits you probably didn't know about, so stay tuned. So St. John's wort is a herb that's been traditionally used for various health purposes, and its oil is a herbal preparation made by infusing the flowers of the plant in a carrier oil, typically olive oil as we've used here. So the first way you could use it is for skin conditions, and you can use it into different purposes for the skin, starting with wound healing. So it's known for its potential wound healing properties, and it can be applied topically to minor wounds, cuts, also to help in promoting healing and speeding up the healing process. And the second part is for burns and for sunburn as well. So this oil will provide relief for mild burns and sunburns because of its anti-inflammatory properties. Also, the second way you can use it is for its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties, and you can use it in two ways, starting with for skin inflammation. So the St. John's oil may help to reduce inflammation that is associated with skin conditions, especially when it comes to eczema and dermatitis as well. And the second way is for helping with free radical protection. So the oil contains compounds with antioxidant properties that work together to help protect the skin from free radical damage. And thirdly, you can use it for nerve pain and neuralgia. So you can use it through topical application on areas affected by nerve pain, such as those associated with neuralgia, and it is also thought to have a very soothing effect on irritated nerves. You can also combine it with magnesium oil in equal portions to help with assisting and giving a relaxing, soothing effect on the nerves as well. And fourthly, you can use it for muscle pain and joint discomfort, also as a topical application. And this is because that it contains strong, potent anti-inflammatory properties, which will offer relief from muscle pain and joint discomfort when you apply it topically. Also, you can add a couple of different drops of different essential oils, such as rosemary oil, a little bit of cinnamon as well, just one or two drops, and dilute it with the St. John's wort oil to help in maximizing its muscle relief and joint relief properties. Number 5 is for mood and emotional well-being, and that can be used as a massage oil. So some people use St. John's wort oil as a massage oil, and it's also believed to have a positive effect on the mood and on emotional well-being. However, to be honest, its effectiveness for this purpose is not well established, because usually when you want to enhance the mood, you use St. John's wort as a supplement, and also you should use it cautiously because of its potential interactions with the medication, and the fact that if you use it as a supplement also, it can be quite addicting because of its mood boosting and mood stabilizing properties. So you need to be quite careful with that and use it under the approval and guidance of your own doctor. And number 6 is for menstrual discomfort, and then again, as a topical application, you can massage this oil in on the area of the lower abdomen to help in reducing muscle cramp associated with menstruation and discomfort as well. Of the St. John's wort herb, including what it's used for, the recipes that I would suggest you to use St. John's wort, and a couple of precautions regarding this wonderful herb that's known for its many healing benefits, but still you got to be careful because herbs are very potent, and they also contain similar compounds to chemical medicines as well, and you need to be careful around using them. You need to make sure that you take the safe precautions necessary and use them with caution. So then again, this video is for informational purposes only. Please make sure if you suffer from any ailment, from any sort of pain, to consult your medical practitioner first before making a decision on using any of the things that we advise in this video. Usually we just give out these information to help you make the best decision that you can for your health and for your wellness. So flowers in a cold pressed oils such as walnuts or olive oil, for example. Now what we use this oil for is topically for burns, inflammations, also for muscle pain as well, connective tissue pain. And if you are wanting to harvest the flowers, the best time to harvest the flowers is in early and mid-summer as well. Specifically when it comes to that really hot summer days, the best time to harvest the flowers is then. So there's different uses to it. We even have the St. John's wort cream, which is amazing for so many different things. The best way to use St. John's wort is of course as a infusion, and we're talking about the stem and the leaves here. So the stem and the leaves can be used as tea, and this is specifically for chronic and long-term conditions where there is also an excess of nerve exhaustion. The nerves become exhausted, there's so much stress to deal with. It's really important because what it does is it provides relief for nerve pains and also for joint pain. So it acts as a restorative nerve tonic, and it's really ideal for cases of anxiety, irritability. Also, if you are suffering that, specifically when it comes during the menopause state for a woman, the anxiety and the irritability is so much more elevated that sometimes it's okay to use herbs that help in soothing that, such as St. John's wort. And they're also great for chronic and long-term conditions where there is also an excess of nerve exhaustion. In the book titled Remedy of the Physicians of Menopause in Wales in the 13th century, it says about St. John's wort for chilblains, boil the roots of the tulsin and pour upon curds, pound with old lard and apply as a plaster. This is what it says about St. John's wort. But now, through all the research and all the clinical trials and information that we know about St. John's wort, we know it's so much more than that, and it can actually be taken internally. You got to be really careful when it comes to the dosages, and the best way to take it internally is as an infusion and as a tincture as well. So it can help to lighten up the mood and lift the spirits. You got to be careful with it because there needs to be a point of a break between using it and returning your body back into balance to allow it to not be addicted completely to St. John's wort in order to help it relax. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Really glad to have you here. In this video we're going to talk about the amazing benefits of the St. John's wort herb, including what it's used for, the recipes that I would suggest you to use St. John's wort, and a couple of precautions regarding this wonderful herb that's known for its many healing benefits, but still you got to be careful because herbs are very potent and they also contain similar compounds to chemical medicines as well, and you need to be careful around using them. You need to make sure that you take the safe precautions necessary and use them with caution. So then again, this video is for informational purposes only. Please make sure if you suffer from any ailment, from any sort of pain, to consult your medical practitioner first before making a decision on using any of the things that we advise in this video. Usually we just give out these information to help you make the best decision that you can for your health and for your wellness. So St. John's wort is a great herb that's actually been traditionally used in the Crusades in order to help treat wounds. It's also been believed to help dispel evil spirits back then. So nowadays when it comes to smudging and using specific herbs to get rid of negative energy and stuff, you would normally find St. John's wort dried as one of the smudge sticks, or as part of the smudge sticks mixed with other herbs such as sage, such as rosemary, in order to help to clear out that negative energy from that. So this herb is also associated with problems with jaundice and hysteria as well. It's been historically used for that, and it's also used to treat injuries and inflammations in general. And what this herb is, it's a great astringent analgesic herb that is anti-inflammatory. It's also sedative as well, and it's such a wonderful restorative herb for the nervous system. So anything to do with tension, nervous tension, anxiety, stress, this herb is great for that. So in the book titled Remedy of the Physicians of Menopause in Wales in the 13th century, it says about St. John's wort for chilblains, boil the roots of the tulsin and pour upon curds, pound with old lard and apply as a plaster. This is what it says about St. John's wort. But now, through all the research and all the clinical trials and information that we know about St. John's wort, we know it's so much more than that, and it can actually be taken internally. You got to be really careful when it comes to the dosages, and the best way to take it internally is as an infusion and as a tincture as well. So it can help to lighten up the mood and lift the spirits. You've got to be careful with it because there needs to be a point of a break between using it and returning your body back into balance to allow it to not be addicted completely to St. John's wort in order to help it relax. So it acts as a restorative nerve tonic, and it's really ideal for cases of anxiety, irritability. Also, if you are suffering that, specifically when it comes during the menopause state for a woman, the anxiety and the irritability is so much more elevated that sometimes it's okay to use herbs that help in soothing that, such as St. John's wort. And they're also great for chronic and long-term conditions where there is also an excess of nerve exhaustion. The nerves become exhausted, there's so much stress to deal with. It's really important because what it does is it provides relief for nerve pains and also for joint pain as well. And if you are lucky to have St. John's wort growing around you, you're making sure that it's organic or away from pollution as much as possible, you've correctly identified it, then it is best to harvest that wonderful herb during the summertime. And of course you can use the flowers, you can use all the parts of the herb including the stems and the leaves and the flowers in your remedies that way. Now the flowers have their own compounds attached to them because what happens is usually they're made and mixed with oil, and it's a wonderful oil that turns into red. As soon as the flowers are mixed with that oil, you will find that the oil turns to the color red. Don't be alarmed because the flowers are very delicate and they're used to prepare the specific St. John's oil, which is known as the blood red infused oil. And this is simply made by mixing the flowers in a cold pressed oil such as walnuts or olive oil, for example. Now what we use this oil for is topically for burns, inflammations, also for muscle pain as well, connective tissue pain. And if you are wanting to harvest the flowers, the best time to harvest the flowers is in early and mid-summer as well. Specifically when it comes to that really hot summer days, the best time to harvest the flowers is then. So there's different uses to it. We even have the St. John's wort cream, which is amazing for so many different things. The best way to use St. John's wort is of course as a infusion, and we're talking about the stem and the leaves here. So the stem and the leaves can be used as tea, and this is specifically when it comes to fighting off anxiety, nervous tension, irritability, also feeling emotionally unstable or emotionally exhausted as well. It's also great for PMS and during the menopause as well, if you need that extra kick and that extra lift in terms of emotional and mental relaxation as well. You can also take St. John's wort tincture, and you would need to take it for at least 2 months in order to help with the nervous tension, in order to reduce exhaustion as well. For bedwetting, there are specific tinctures that can be given to that. Of course, in regards to using it with children, I would highly recommend you consult a holistic medical practitioner for the exact dosages in regards to using it with children for bedwetting. You can also use it as a wash for the specific skin sores, bruises and wounds. It can be used that way, and that's simply by making a St. John's wort tea and using it in the bath water as well. You can make a cream from the flowers, which is amazing, and it actually is absolutely amazing when it comes to serving as a remedy for nerve pain, for cramps, to help to relieve just simple joint pain as well associated with that. Sorry about that. So apart from that, you can also use it as a general antiseptic, which is great, and you can use it for sores and ulcers as well. And the way to make the cream, if you don't find it selling locally near you, is to simply make yourself some infused oil, St. John's infused oil from the flowers. Wait until the infused oil period has finished, which is usually between 4 to 6 weeks. Strain it, add in some either shea butter or cocoa butter, and then add some beeswax to that over a low flame or on a double boiler, and then
you will insert it into the specific jar that you want the cream to be stored in, and you've got cream there ready to go. So if you're interested in us making that, please comment in the comment section below this video, so I know that there are people that are interested in seeing that get done, a step-by-step process. And another way you could also do is to, and then again I apologize about the background noise, you could also make an infused oil from the flowers, which we've talked about, and you can use it for everything relating to joint pain and for inflammation as well, topically. So this herb has a few precautionary signs. First of all, please make sure that you take it for at least 2 months in order to see improvements in stress levels and in emotional stability as well. Also, make sure that you be careful around using it internally, because it does there has been cases where it has caused dermatitis after people have taken it internally, then expose their skin to the sun. So contact dermatitis can typically be caused by the plant if you take it internally, so please be careful. If you do take it internally, such as in infusion or tincture form, you do not get out straight into the sun. So we've come towards the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. If you like content like this, then subscribe to the channel, click on the bell icon, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care, have a great day.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm glad to have you here. So in today's video we are going to make a St. John's wort tea, and I'll show you here. I have found this lovely wild plant, St. John's herb, growing in the wild right next to the fireweed, right next to the raspberry and the blueberry bushes, so that was super exciting to find that. And I have cleaned it and dried it on the or in the sun for a few days, and the herb is completely dried. As you can see right here, it's a lovely bouquet of St. John's wort we have right here, and I am using a clean and sterilized scissors to cut down as finely as possible the herb altogether. So first of all, we have talked in the previous video about using the yellow little beautiful petals right here to make the St. John's oil. But what we will also be doing is using the power and the healing benefits of both the florals, the flowers, and the stems and the leaves to make a healing and cleansing and detoxifying tea that helps to calm down the nerves, that helps to combat anxiety, that helps to relieve the panic attacks that we commonly suffer from. It can also be used for mild depression. It's also an antidepressant, so you really need to be careful when you are using it to make sure that the dosage is used properly, accordingly, because unfortunately it can have side effects. It's a powerful healing herb that can have many side effects, from phytosensitivity, sensitivity to the sun exposure, to dermatitis, to stomach aches and cramps. So you better be careful. So the dosage here is 1 teaspoon equal to 5 grams, 1 teaspoon to 1 cup boiling water, to be used 2 times a day, maximum 2 to 3 months. And I hope you contact your doctor, let them know that you are using this herb if you suffer from any illness that you think might impair your or interfere with your medication. Also, I will be storing this dried herb in the mason jar. Sorry for the interruption. I will be storing this dried herb in the mason jar and closing it tightly, and then storing it in a dry place. You can also use this herb to make a tincture, to make a strong herbal concussion or an infusion. Also, you can use the lovely petals and the leaves that are surrounding the petals only. So just say, for example, the petals and the leaves are located here. I will only be using this part and cutting it a bit below this part where the leaves and the petals are, and using it to make the oil. Not only will I use the petals, I will also use the leaves surrounding the petals to make the oil. But for the reasons of this video, I will be using this whole dried herb to make the tea, using both the power and the healing benefits of the florals as well as the leaves right here. So I hope you found this video helpful. Also, other herbs that you can introduce along with this calming tea over here. You can also include lavender, you can include marshmallow root, and you can include chamomile. Another lovely one to include is lemon balm over here. So they all work in a beautiful, gentle way, along with the St. John's wort. And we came to the end of the video. A few interruptions in today's video, I'm very sorry about that, but we came towards the end and I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know if you are interested in more, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and have a great day. Bye bye.